So y'all, I was on TikTok and TikTok was like, "What movie have you seen?" This beautiful black woman asked this question. She said, "What video have you seen? Or what movie have you seen from a child to an adult that now when you rewatch it in your spiritual journey, you're like, yeah, that's it." And I was like, you know what? The Princess and the Motherfucking Frog. Get into it. So a lot of people slept on the Princess and the Frog, not just as a cinematic masterpiece, bitch, but as a fucking life lesson of how the fucking world works. I'm gonna try to make this video under 10 minutes just because bitch, I like this trend. Okay, let's go. So you guys, if you want to follow me on TikTok, that is JUSTDRIA underscore underscore. That's why I get it popping at. I think that's my TikTok. Yes, it is. And it's also my Twitter and my Instagram. So JUSTDRIA underscore underscore. I can't wink, but you get it. So basically, the Princess and the Frog teaches you in so many words in the spiritual aspect. You have to be like really spiritual to get this. So if you're not like up there, like you can astral project and you meditate and shit, this ain't for you. If you don't, baby, go hop on another video that better suits your personality, ma'am. If Jesus is the reason and the only reason why you get up every morning, or Allah, or say we shall go. Respectfully, I'm respecting your religions, but you have to be open-minded and you have to be able to see certain things. Like, I dead ass can see spirits and shadow people, bitch. Can you see spirits and shadow people? I need you to be like spiritual with me, okay? So yeah, let's go. The Princess and the Frog was dope, all right? So first off, we have Tiana. Tiana was raised up with mommy and daddy. Daddy was a hustler. Mama was a fucking hustler, but the bitch was submissive and she was a loving fucking mother. Tiana had fucking love in her fucking household. She grew up with it. Her husband, Prince Naveen, ended up being a spoiled rich kid who just had fucking money. Tiana was broke, but she had love, and the nigga had fucking money and was used to having money in his fucking way. He ain't never heard the word no until he got cut the fuck off. He ended up shaking his hand with a voodoo priest or a shadow worker. This is why you don't allow everybody to do your fucking work for you. A fucking shadow worker who was fucking desperate to get money. If he was able to, if Prince Naveen was spiritual and wasn't just like one of those people who was just like, oh man, this is what the fuck I want. Prince Naveen had niggas around him who did not fuck with him. I forgot the little fat chubby motherfucker. But he basically was just around him and he hated his job and he had wanted to take Prince Naveen's place because he wanted money. The shadow worker was after money and power and shit like that and control. The fucking Prince Naveen was after money. But the only thing is the shadow worker knew shit and he knew like that he could do it without actually tampering with his soul, because he knew that the magic that he was doing would get him what he wanted, but not what the fuck he wanted, okay? And that's just period. So he knew that once he did the whole entire spell, it would be him, but it whatever. So basically, it shows you, it in that scene right there, it shows you automatically that you don't fuck with shit you don't fucking know in the spiritual realm just because. And like if somebody comes to you and is like, oh, I'm a light worker, I'm a shadow worker, bitch, where's your proof and where's your pudding? And I didn't ask for this shit. Remember that, okay? Boom. They shake hands or whatever. After they shake hands, they end up going into this place. And this place is fucking amazing. It's the bees fucking knees. It is the most dopest shit ever, right? So the prince turns into a frog. Of course, we have Lonnie, who's so fucking infatuated and obsessed with becoming a fucking princess that she'll marry any king, anybody. Her dad has given her everything, and she's so oblivious to the fucking power that she fucking has. Cause she's so gung ho on, I need me a man, I want me a man, but she wanted her a rich man. So when Prince Naveen came into town, even though he was broke, she would have married him, even though she would have had to take care of him. Tiana was so tunnel vision and obsessed with getting her restaurant that when she finally did get it, it wasn't time for her because she needed balance in her life. all she was just work. All Prince Naveen was just fucking play. With Prince Naveen being just fucking play and no work, and Tayana being all play and work, these two were meant to be together because what she lacked, he had what he needed. And Tayana had grew up in a loving, mind you, the prince is used to saying do this and do that. Tayana's not used to being submissive or the ideology of love because she's so busy on her father's dream of getting the restaurant, which she wants because she had a gift and a talent. Boom. So the father dies this years later, whatever, whoopty whoop whoop. I don't want to tell y'all the whole entire movie. So basically, throughout the whole movie, they have to communicate. They're basically forced to communicate. Tayana and the prince are forced to communicate and get to know each other. Tayana, after getting to know him, gets this feeling of love, but she doesn't know how to explain it because she's been all work and no play, and no balance, that she's just like, oh man, I'm all work, no play. Like, what is this feeling of emotion and love? So for her to actually get the emotion and love and whatnot, when she finally did get it, it was foreign to her. And she no longer wanted it. Prince Naveen learned his lesson in a span. It's almost like having a Moldavite crystal, which I do not want. If you get it, it will bomb rush everything. Tayana lost everything. So basically, this lesson was almost like a Moldavite crystal for Tayana, Prince, and the little fat one, and the nigga who was doing shadow work. The mama Odie was good, but even the alligator, it was like perfect alignment. So everything got fucked up and they lost everything. Once in that place of losing everything, they ended up being in love and getting the shit that she needed. So basically, Prince Naveen ended up getting filled because he found out that money wasn't everything and that love was the key. Prince Naveen knew exactly what he wanted, and he was the type of person that if Tayana was to ever get, again, so tunnel vision to take her energy off of it, and that Tayana actually learned to follow her man's lead. Meaning that Tayana never followed any man's lead except for her father's own. And she was so independent and he was the thing that she needed so that she can have a social life, have a work-life balance, and find love, right? Boom, that's what happened in the end. The little fat fuck in the end ended up going to jail because he ended up hating and doing some heinous shit. The nigga who was doing shadow work went too far into something, and instead of saying, you know what, this shit just not gonna work, he ended up actually... And this is a warning for people who do witchcraft, whether you're on a good side or the bad side. Your energy and your level of desperation or certain shit that you go after something is not going to work out. He basically ended up dying because he got in bad with the spirits because he ended up having a huge debt. So therefore he was killed automatically. Once he was killed, it was no way to reverse it unless what Mama Odie said, until you get what the fuck is supposed to be. So once Tayana was like accepted it and stopped fighting the universe on what it was trying to give for her, she ended up getting a husband, a restaurant, and everything else. And she ended up having love and being completely satisfied. And not only did she be completely satisfied, but she got more than what she bargained for. She now had the restaurant, she had a man, she had friends, and she had people who really had her best interest at heart. Because before that point in time, Tayana didn't have much people around her who had her best interest at heart or her back. And it was like, even though she had like her mother or whatever, you rarely see her mother in a thing. But she ended up having the relationship and the love and everything else that she also wanted, because what she was trying to recreate from her, because what Tayana was trying to recreate was a moment and memories from her childhood, which was pure love. And what was that? She felt love when she was her mom, her dad, and then So that's what she was trying to recreate. And that's why she held on to cooking, because cooking was a part of her father's thing, and plus it was a natural born gift that her father had passed on to her. That movie is so fucking deep, and I could go deeper into it. and just like do a whole psychoanalytical thing of it all. But baby, if you ever watched The Princess and the Frog and thought, oh my gosh, is this just a movie? Like, it's not that deep. It is a lot deeper. And if you take in all the fucking lessons that was in the movie, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's really dope. And you'd have a better appreciation for cinema, because they tell you things that's happening spiritually, non-spiritually, and what you call it, and how they want to maneuver. This right here, the whole point of the movie, in my honest opinion, was to teach you that manifestations can come true, and that they are real, and that the universe or whatever you believe in will always give you what you want. Will not only give you what you want, but it also give you what you need as well. But you will have to go through tests, and it's not going to be easy. You have to show and prove that that's what it is, and that's the case. I'm out.